Hello dear students, this is Vishal sir from Ikra High School. Today we are going to study chapter 11 from 10th standard NCERT syllabus. The Human Eye and the Colorful World, chapter 11. You have studied in the previous chapter about refraction of light by lenses. You also studied the nature, position and relative size of the image followed by the lenses. How can these ideas help us in the study of the human eye? The human eye uses light and enable us to see objects around us. It has a lens in its structure. What is the function of the lens in the human eye? How do the lenses used in spectacle correct defect of the vision? Let us consider this question in this chapter. The human eye. The human eye is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organ. It enables us to see the wonderful world and the colors around us. On closing the eyes, we can identify objects to some extent by their smell, taste, sound they make or by touch. It is, however, impossible to identify colors by closing the eyes. Thus, of all the sense organs, the human eye is the most significant one as it enables us to see the beautiful, colorful world around us. The human eye is like a camera. Its lens system forms an image on a light-sensitive screen called retina. So here you can see the diagram of the human eye. In the diagram of the human eye, you can see it's a spear-like structure with ciliary muscles over here. The bulging part that you see over here is the cornea. And behind the cornea, you will find iris. Iris are the muscles that help us to maintain the amount of light to enter in our eye. Then we have pupil. Behind the pupil is a crystalline lens. The light enters from this cornea to the pupil and the crystalline lens and the image is formed on retina. The retina has certain cells which illuminates light and the dark object. This cell then makes the senses to the brain through optic nerves. So, the light enters the eye through a thin membrane called cornea. Cornea is a transparent bulge on the front part of the front surface of the eyeball. It is about, that means the eyeball is about approximately spherical in shape with diameter of about 2.3 centimeter. Most of the refraction for the light rays entering the eye occurs at the outer surface of the cornea. The crystalline lens merely provides a finer adjustment of focal length required to focus object at different distances on the retina. We find a structure called iris behind the cornea. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm that controls the size of the pupil. Now the pupil allows the light to enter into the eye, but the amount of light that should enter, that is the safe amount of light that should enter the eye, is being controlled by iris. The pupil regulates the amount of light entering the eye. The eye lens forms an inverted real image of the object on the retina. Retina is a delicate membrane having enormous number of light sensitive cells. So this retina, that is the rear part of the eye, has light sensitive cells, and these light sensitive cells gets activated while the light falls on it and generates electrical signal, and these signals are sent to brain via the optic nerve that are connected with the eyeball. The brain interprets this signal and finally processes the information so as we perceive object as they are. Our next topic is power of accommodation. The eye lens is composed of fibrous jelly-like material. Its curvature can be modified to some extent by the ciliary muscles. There are two things that maintain the human eye to see objects clearly. The first is the amount of light that enters the eye is controlled by iris, and the second is the ciliary muscles which contract and relaxes to focus at objects. The change in the curvature of the eye lens can thus change its focal length. When muscles are relaxed, the lens becomes thin. Thus, its focal length increases. These enable us to see distant object clearly. So, when the eye increases its focal length by making the ciliary muscles relax, which makes the lens thin. We can see distant objects clearly. When you are looking at object closer to the eye, the ciliary muscles contract. This increases the curvature of the eye lens, which the eye lens becomes thicker, and because of it, the focal length of the eye lens decreases, which enable us to see nearby objects clearly. So here there are two conditions. In the first condition, you saw how the lens can become thin to see the distance objects clearly, while in the second condition, the lens can become thicker to maintain the focal length for the nearby objects. Now, how much closer do an object be so we can see it clearly without straining our eyes? Let's read the second paragraph to find it out. The ability of the eye lens to adjust its focal length is called accommodation. So, how far you can see or how near you can see without straining your eyes is the ability of the eye lens, which adjusts its focal length, and that is called accommodation of human eye. However, the focal length of the eye lens cannot be decreased below a certain minimum limit. So, there are limitations to see the objects which are nearer to the eyes. You cannot go beyond that limit, otherwise you won't be able to see nearer objects clearly. Try to read a printed page by holding it very close to your eyes. You may see the image being blurred or feel strain in the eye. To see an object comfortably and distinctly, you must hold it up at about 25 cm from the eyes. So near about, if the distance of the object is near about 25 cm from your eye, you will be able to see the objects clearly without straining your eyes. That is the minimum distance which you can see the nearest objects distinctly, and that minimum distance is called least distance of distinct vision, which is also called the near point of the eye. And for the young adult with normal vision, the near point is about 25 cm. That means you will be able to see objects at a distance of 25 cm, which will be the closest to the eye, very distinctly. In the same manner, you can see distance objects, but that does not have any limitations. The farthest point up to which the eye can see object clearly is called the far point of the eye. It is infinity for a normal eye. So, how much distance far can you see any objects? It does not have any perfect distance. That means you can see at an infinity. The examples that you can see moon, the stars, shows that though they are at very far distance, you are still easily visible with your naked eye. You may note here a normal eye can see objects clearly that are between 25 cm and infinity. This situation does not exist throughout your life. There are certain disease or certain problems related to your eye which makes us difficult to see objects nearer or far. One of that disease is cataract. In cataract, the crystalline lens becomes milky and cloudy, and that becomes in the old age. And because of it, the person who has cataract would not be able to see things clearly. It becomes blurred or totally blind. This causes partial or complete loss of vision, and it is possible to restore vision through a cataract surgery. Defects of vision and their correctness. Now, cataract was a disease that happens in the old age. Here we have defects, that means sometimes there are problems with the eyes in which in one way you cannot see nearer objects clearly, or in other way you cannot see far objects clearly. So in those conditions, you have to apply an external lens. It may be convex or concave depending upon the defect that your eye faces, or the one's eye faces, and how can we correct that defect and what are the real reasons behind the defect is given in this section. Sometimes the eye may gradually lose its power of accommodation. In such conditions, the person cannot see objects distinctly and comfortably. The vision becomes blurred due to the refractive defects of the eye. There are mainly three common refractive defects of vision. These are myopia or nearsightedness, hypermetropia or farsightedness, and presbyopia. This defect can be corrected by the use of suitable spherical lens. Myopia. Myopia is also known as the nearsightedness. Now here the word nearsightedness means the person who has the defect can see nearby objects clearly or distinctly, but the far objects won't be visible to him easily. The person with this defect has a far point nearer than infinity. Such a person may see clearly up to a distance of few meters. Now you can see here in the diagram, in the first diagram, the far point at infinity. In a myopic eye, you can see the object is the image of the object is formed on retina. That is the point over here. If it's at infinity, that image would not be formed on retina. It will be formed in front of retina. So when the image forms in the front of retina, that person is not able to see far objects clearly, which can be corrected with a correct focal lens, and that would be a concave lens with suitable power. In a myopic eye, the image of the distance object is formed in front of retina and not at the retina itself. This defect may arise due to excessive curvature of the eye lens or elongation of eyeballs. So there are two conditions because of which myopic situation arises. This defect can be corrected by using concave lens of suitable power. Then we have another defect, that is hypermetropia, and it is also known as farsightedness. That means the person who has the defect of hypermetropia can see distance objects clearly but cannot see nearby objects distinctly. Here you can see in the diagram, in hypermetropic eye, the distance object is seen clearly. That means the image is formed on the retina, but as the object comes nearer to the eyes, its image is formed behind the retina. So he won't be able to see nearer objects clearly. So for that you have to use a convex lens with correct focal length. So that will adjust the image formed on retina correctly. A person with hypermetropia can see distant object clearly but cannot see nearby object distinctly. The near point for the person is farther away from the normal near point 25 centimeter. Such a person has to keep a reading material much beyond 25 centimeter from the eye for comfortable reading. This is because the light rays from a close by object are focused at a point behind the retina. This defect arises either because of the focal length of the eye lens is too long or eyeball has become too small. This defect can be corrected by using convex lens of appropriate power. Eyeglasses with converging lens provide the additional focusing power required for forming the image on the retina. Then we have another defect which is called presbyopia. Here, due to aging, the person is unable to see distance and nearby objects clearly, because as the adult ages, its muscles does not have that strength or the power to focus the distance object or the near object. The ciliary muscles becomes weak, and in that condition, in that aging condition, they go through this type of disease or this type of defect called presbyopia. The power of accommodation of the eye usually decreases with aging. For most people, the near point gradually recedes away. They find it difficult to see nearby objects comfortably and distinctly without corrective eyeglasses. This defect is called presbyopia. It arises due to the gradual weakening of ciliary muscle and diminishing flexibility of the eye lens. Sometimes a person may suffer from both myopia and hypermetropia. Such people often require bifocal lens. A common type of bifocal lens consists of both concave and convex lens. The upper portion consists of concave lens. It facilitates distant vision. The lower part is a convex lens. It facilitates near vision. And now these days, because of medical advancement, there are surgeries also possible for correcting that defect of vision.